Hebrews 7. For this Melchizedek, he was what? The king of Salem. He was the priest, the high priest of the Most High God. So who do you think this is, friend? This is none other than Jesus Christ. All right? Who met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the kings and blessed him, to whom also Abraham gave a tenth part of all. First being translated, that is, Melchizedek, king of righteousness. So who's the king of righteousness? That's a name for Jesus. And then also king of Salem, meaning king of peace. So who's the king of peace? Jesus. Without father. Wait a minute. This man didn't have a father? No. Without mother. Wait a minute. How in the world did he come into existence if he didn't have a father and a mother? Really? How did Adam come into existence? He didn't have a father or mother. How did Eve come into existence? She didn't have a father or mother. So why is this part so hard to believe? Without now genealogy. Adam and Eve had a genealogy. See, how in the world could Adam and Eve have a genealogy? Because they were created. Someone created them. So they had a genealogy. This person right here, he was without any genealogy. What does that mean? He didn't have a beginning. And he was not created. That's what that means. Having neither beginning of days. Wait a minute. This man that went seen Abraham didn't have beginning of days, nor end of life. But he was made like the Son of God. And he remains a priest continually. Who does that? For he forever live, Christ that is, making intercession for all believers continually. So who is God talking about right there? Christ Jesus the King. Now watch this. However, 1 Kings chapter 11, I will not tear away the whole kingdom. I will give one tribe to your son for the sake of my servant David, and for the sake of Jerusalem, which I have chosen. So who chose Jerusalem to be the place where God would set his name? Was it David? Was it Solomon? Was it Moses? Was it any other human or Jew? Not according to the book. The book says God chose it himself. When did he choose it? Been chosen from the beginning. But he shall have one tribe for the sake of my servant David, for the sake of Jerusalem, the city which I have chosen out of all the tribes of Israel. So God doubles down on the point that he chose Jerusalem. Now, let's look at this Shinar. Very interesting. And the Lord gave Jehoiakim, this is coming out of Daniel 1, king of Judah, into his. Who's the his? Into his. He's Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, with some of the articles of the house of God, which he, that is Nebuchadnezzar, carried into where? The land of Shinar. What was over there in the land of Shinar? The house, the dwelling place of his God. Did you see that? This is Nebuchadnezzar. This is thousands of years. Let's go back. Land of Shinar. Look, this is Genesis, friends. That was Daniel. This was thousands of years after this event right here. In the land of Shinar was Babel. This is where Satan put up his throne. Coming years and years later, in the book of Daniel, where's Satan thrown at? In the land of Shinar. To the house of his God. And brought the articles into the treasure house of his God. Now you think Satan wasn't skipping and jumping on that day? Yes, he was, friend. He thought he had conquered the Most High God and took his articles in the service of himself. After reading all the verses above, whom do you now believe was his God?